welcome to the fourth and final game of the evening. Up this time, it's the Freeware Chronicles, where we play a freeware game and review it. It's one of the off things we got while we don't have the fourth chair. Anyway, so Sheepy is, a platform game starring a sheep. Though it's a different kind of platformer than, say, the character-based platformers you got in the 90s. Not just in terms of, say, level structure, game feel. Well, honestly, it's better than, say, Awesome Possum or Headphone Jack, and microphone.
Certainly doesn't have much in the way of attitude.
Yeah. In fact, it's kind of the antithesis of that. It's billing itself as a relaxing platformer. I guess that's one way to put it.
It's mellow. Whether it's relaxing or not depends on how you handle certain relatively unorthodox design decisions and aesthetic decisions.
I'm just saying what the literally one of the bullet points here is relaxing gameplay with only one main goal. Everything else is optional. So the people who created this think it's relaxing. It's like, I'll be honest, I don't find platformers to be very relaxing. Even something as casual, let's say, as Sheepy. It's certainly not anything that's made me ever tense up in any fashion, but there's still, I didn't enter that Zen mode that I have with, say, a puzzle game, especially like a falling block puzzle. Anyway, so the plot, as it were, is you've apparently got to save Sheepy's family from hay slimes.
Whatever the fuck that may be.
Yeah, and you do this by collecting rainbows in 2 stages. Now, to, I guess, the game's credit, these are 2 very, very large stages.
Yeah.
It's actually going to take you about, I'd say, 10, 15 minutes to clear one of these stages. They're that big. I had a playtime of an hour, about a half an hour on this. And, like I said, you've got to, and you've got to collect 114 rainbows here. And that's your goal. You just collect rainbows and win the game. The additional challenge, vaguely mentioned in the bullet points here, that's actually doing it without killing any of the hay slimes. Because there are 4 achievements. You get 2 of them for completing the levels. You get 2 of them completing the levels without killing any hay slimes. I did the first part. I didn't think this game warranted a second playthrough.
They don't usually seem to be particularly obtrusive, so...
No. It's definitely something you can get. It's one of those, we are stretching the definition of an achievement here.
Uh-huh.
I guess relatively speaking, that's an achievement for this game. Because, it's like, I don't know if this was a student project or something, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's functional, let's say. But it's like, that effusive game feel thing never felt good. It's okay.
Yeah, it feels a little bit clunky.
Yeah. Especially the wall jumps. That they didn't ever feel good.
Yeah. And it's really, you have a wall cling, which is not always...
Yeah.
It works for Mega Man X. It's a little bit weird for a sheep.
Well, it's not like you need to use it all that often. Certainly more getting up in the air than going through tunnels. There's a lot of dead space here, let's be honest. Right here in the gameplay thing, there's a tunnel with a couple of hay slimes and nothing. But that's kind of that's I think kind of why they have the feature set listed here as kind of a casual, relaxing thing to disguise the fact that the actual design of the game's kind of not good.
It's not bad. It's just not much.
Well, it's like I can't ignore such wasted space. Like, why do you have all these tunnels with haze slimes and nothing in them? And I can see that there's nothing in them. That's just wasted space. There's no purpose to it. Like, it's not trying to trick you. It's not trying to teach. It's not doing any. It's literally doing nothing. That's not good design. That's really the biggest problem I had with this game. There's so much nothing here, literal nothing. You don't have to fill everything up, I guess, but it's also, once again, like we have a tunnel here with a singular haze slime. There's not even an achievement for killing all the haze slimes. There's no purpose
only for
going
not doing that, which
yeah,
I suppose pacifist mode in a game is nice, but
yeah,
usually when there is one, there's more of a reason to do it than this.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the levels have just too much not anything going on here. And like I said, that's the biggest problem. Biggest actual problem. I'd say, some of the ropey controls would be the second. All in all, it's a fairly package. But once again, this is a freeware title made by, I'm not exactly sure who made this. I mean, I see names listed here. Like apparently, five people made this. 3 of them were music people. First level background music, second level background music, Sheepy battle theme, boss music. That might be the other thing that happens if you don't kill the haze slimes, because I don't remember a boss. Like, I just remember getting all the rainbows and it stopping. And me going on to do other things. As I said, anyway, since this is a freeware game, the question is not so much how much this costs, but is it worth your time? Sure, why not? It's like I said, it's gonna run you about a half an hour, honestly. And
you got a few hundred rainbows to collect.
Yeah. So it's not gonna harm anything. Now, inoffensive is the word I would use to describe this game. And not much more. Any additional thoughts?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right, Golix?
Also.
All right, so that'll about do it for Sheepy. The week ahead. All right, so on Wednesday, September 29th, it is my grand pleasure to announce that Stephen Frost of Digital Eclipse is coming onto the program. So if you're not familiar with Digital Eclipse, they're quite the name in the retro port scene. There's a whole history on this that I can't get into in this space, but we'll probably get into in the interview, because there's kind of 2 Digital Eclipses. There's the old version that was attached to Backbone, and then there's the current one, which is the other Ocean group. But there's a connection there. Like I said, there's a history here in and of itself. But for the purposes of the interview, it's going to be talking about their modern work. They've done things like the Mega Man Legacy Pack, the first one, just the first one, the Disney Afternoon Collection, the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, the Disney Aladdin and Lion King Classics Pack, which is actually going to be the showcase, because in case you missed it, and I did post a trailer in the Discord.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's coming back, and it's coming back with things that were missed. It's coming back with The Lion King, which is like the other Virgin Interactive game that wasn't there the first time for whatever reason. It's coming back with the Game Boy Color version of The Lion King, which was missed for some reason. And the fucking main event, the Super NES version of Aladdin.
AKA the Capcom one.
Yes.
I was going to say the good one and be inflammatory, but the Capcom one is more descriptive.
You would be wrong with that, but okay.
No, I will fucking...
Look, some people really like... When I was a kid, I thought it was way cooler because that one had a sword that you could use all the time.
Right. But here's the thing. Capcom has good level design. Virgin Interactive has bad level design.
I generally agree with this statement, yes.
Yeah. But putting it aside, this is actually not all of the versions of, like, Aladdin they could have collected. There's a Master System version that was made by Sega themselves. That's not here yet.
Yet.
Like, hey, it could happen. Like,
now, does the Lion King blue screen my computer if I play it on a compact?
Not this version, thankfully. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that glitch.
Yeah, it's the thing that led to DirectX. Maybe that's a topic of discussion for later.
Yeah, I played it on the Super Nintendo and never got past much of it.
I mean, that was an intentional thing. Also, they did the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. But yeah, we'll probably be focusing on the returning Aladdin and Lion King pack. I guess it's now the Disney Classics pack or something like that, because they also got the Jungle Book there.
Yep.
So.
Well, you know what they say, when you're making your packs, look for the bare necessities.
Well, it's also, speaking of which, apparently there's not an upgrade path. Although I do want to find out what the PC situation about that is, because we first learned about this through a DLC connection on Steam that listed the Jungle Book. So, there will be a lot of, I'm looking forward to this interview. There will be much to ask. Anyway, so we will probably be having 2 Friday broadcasts this Friday. We will have a Friday morning show. We'll be having these are very foreign names, so forgive me if they are butchered. We'll be having Kunai Ugura and Musayo Azayo of Visionaries on the program. And no, this has nothing to do with failed 80s toy lines. They are putting out a game called Food Truck Simulator. We are getting not the weirdest simulator game we featured on this show. Like, immediately coming to mind is Gas Station Simulator, which apparently has been doing really well. It got formally released like last week, and apparently has been made it into the Steam top 10 this week by revenue. I'm like, PC players really like their simulators.
Yep.
Like,
well, I suppose we are kind of in a particular place where everyday life simulators are a little bit more desirable than normal.
Well, even the fantastical, because there's a potion simulator game on Steam that's been doing really well as well. Anyway, so Friday night we will be doing a multiplayer session with the game Skydrift Infinity. And yeah, we will also be having a new episode of Last News Desk on the Left. So pretty stocked week this week. So in the name of redundancy, I shall wish you good gaming.